Hey everyone, so quick question for you. How many of you have kids who are going back to school or maybe started back to school, or maybe you have aging parents you're caring for, or moving or life or whatever's going on? That happens to a lot of us, and when that happens, sometimes that can take us sort of out of our productivity as entrepreneurs. So my name is Susan Sly, and today we are going to talk about how do you become more productive and stay organized even when life is happening. And hey, Patty Grace and Andy, it's great to see you guys joining. So every Monday I do a Facebook Live, and during these lives I teach entrepreneurs how to become more productive. And I know many of you have online businesses, and what I specialize in is online business productivity. So how do you become more productive? How do you become more organized? How do you lead generate? How do you lead capture, nurture clients, do all that, and get your workout in, and take care of your family, and be a good partner, find your ideal partner? How do you do it all, right? So anyway, with that, I want to just do a couple quick announcements, and then I've prepared, hey Bruce, I prepared some notes for you just in terms of these strategies. So first announcement is I am going to be in New Jersey on September 8th. It is a women's event, Empowered Women Unite. I'm going to be teaching organization and productivity and really those strategies and mindset. And I have a hard time just teaching strategies without teaching the mindset, because it's one thing for me to give you a bunch of information, and that information is knowledge, but how do we turn knowledge into wisdom? It's the application of the knowledge, and you are not going to apply anything if you don't have the right mindset. Does that make sense? Just nod if it does. So that is empoweredwomenunite.com. And then on September 29th, I am doing an event here in Phoenix called Sales Nirvana. And so I'm a certified NLP coach, and I have been studying NLP for well over, probably over 20 years. I first learned about it in university, and I'm dating myself because I'm 45. So anyway, NLP is really this concept of how it is we engage and communicate with other people. And so this is for business owners. We have luxury realtors attending. We have health practitioners attending. We have people who are in direct sales attending. So that event is at salesnirvana.com. So just a couple quick announcements. Let's get into it. So the first thing, I wrote some notes for you guys yesterday, and I'm not afraid on these lives to read notes because I want to add value to you. And I know that many of you watch these lives every single week, and you're looking for those one or two tips that you can use and apply in your life and your business. And so I didn't want to leave anything out, so I did take notes. And when you see me speak on stages and things, I'm speaking, I'm not reading from notes, but on these lives, I make notes for you because I know you guys are asking these questions. So the first thing is, when schedules are changing or life is throwing something at you, the question is this: what is most important? So what I do and your schedule and your life can change even, in the middle of your day, the middle of your week. As an example, so today, right after I do this, I am going to coach cross country. And my son goes to a school where the majority of the kids are on the autism spectrum. They all have learning challenges, and I am their cross country coach. I do have a co-coach too. Her name is Kristen, and she's awesome. But, when I coach cross country, it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3 to 4:30. And then we have cross country meets every single weekend. And a lot of these kids have been told that they can't do something, and then suddenly coach shows up and it's like, yes, you can do it, you're awesome. And so I'm leaving right after this to do this. I have to take off my face makeup because I do part of the workout with the kids, change into my workout clothes, and it's, I don't know what it is, maybe 105 degrees Fahrenheit out, and go do that workout with them, and then run in the door. And my daughter has soccer skills camp, so then I'm gonna run in the door. I'm detoxing today, so I don't have to worry about eating, but I'll probably just grab a handful of almonds, maybe an apple, and then head to the soccer field for an hour and a half. And so this is my typical day right now. Here we are on August 27th. This isn't my typical day at the end of June, and our schedules change. So what is the most important thing? So what is the most important right now? Is it making money? I've been saying, that, very bold that the last recession isn't the last recession. And if you follow along these Facebook Lives, we want to have an abundant mindset, and we want to be smart with our money. We want to save money. We want to tithe money. We want to be good stewards and not be silly about spending our money. I used to be the person who was always like, oh, I'd have to go buy, the newest handbag and stupid stuff like that. And now I'm the person that's like, yes, I want to buy stocks, and I want to buy domains. I think I own 150 domains now. So it's just, what is most important to you in your life right now? And your schedule has to be a reflection of what you say is the most important. So I want you to go ahead, if you're taking notes, write down right now, what is the most important thing? Obviously God is important, our family is important, but after God and family, was the most important thing? Maybe you're going through a health challenge right now, and that's the most important thing. And I know what that's like, because for 2 years, health was above making more money for me because I was not well, right? So it's what is going on. Number 2, what are the musts? So when you're creating your schedule, it's looking at what are musts. And I know one trainer, a personal empowerment trainer, was like, there's nothing you really have to do. And I'm like, well, I'm a mom of 5 kids, and maybe you don't say I have to do something, but I'm not the person who, is not going to be that person doing the homework with them or tucking them in or praying with them at night or whatever. So as I'm programming my schedule, especially this time of year when, we've got after school programs, and some people say, oh, the kids go back to school, yay. And I do say that too, but actually my life is a lot busier when they go back to school because we have so many programs, their parent teacher meetings, I volunteer at their schools, all of it, right? So when I talk about musts, let me give you some examples. So my girls have jujitsu. As I mentioned, I'm coaching cross country. What else do we have on? Riding, tutors, so there are certain things that I want to be at. Last week, both my littlest girls, they got their next level of stripe at their jujitsu. I wanted to be there for that. So that was a must. Doctor's appointments, I like to be there at the doctor's appointments, the eye appointments. So when I say must, those are musts in the schedule. Okay, so then the next thing with musts, if you have a business like I do and most of you do, then what are your other musts? So you have connecting with potential clients. For me, a must every week is doing this weekly Facebook Live, which it's gonna be at the same time every week. It's gonna be every week now at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. And that allows me, I have a lot of you who watch in the UK, that allows me to chat with you so you can be on live. So what are those musts that you have? Every Monday, I have a weekly leadership training with a group that I mentor. So that is a must. I have a weekly staff meeting with my upper level staff that I have. And then later in the week, I have an all staff meeting with all of our staff. So we've gone from 3 people up to 8, now 9 people who work for me. So it's, those are musts during the week. And then getting my workouts in are a must. And even if I have to get up a little bit earlier, I can't start my day talking to people and serving it the way I want to if I don't get the workout in. I know some of you are like, Susan, I wish I could be that disciplined. I was obese. I was 200 pounds. So I made a decision that was never going to be me again. Some days the workout is 20 minutes, guys. I'm not going to tell you every day it's like 90 minutes hardcore. No, sometimes it's 20 minutes and that's all I have, right? So, but that is a must. My time with God is a must every single day. Having that time in the morning, that is a must. So go through your week and plan out your musts and know that as things change in your life, those musts are going to change. If you're caring, I have some friends who've got parents who are gravely ill right now, and the must is being there with their parents and getting every second in that they can, right? So thinking about what those musts are. The third thing is my favorite one. What can I delegate, or where can I hire someone to do something? So I have a girlfriend who, her son is on the autism spectrum, and then she has 2 other kids at different schools. And so she decided to put him in a very special school this year. And I said to her, that school is way across town. So one of her kids plays highly competitive soccer. The other kid is doing something. She's all over the place. She said, Susan, I had to hire someone to do some part-time driving while I'm working out the carpool. So she knows very clearly right now that there are some things she has to delegate while she's figuring it out. So could Could you maybe have pay someone to clean your house, or maybe pay someone to do your landscaping? Or we just brought on someone to help as a part-time project manager because I have different events coming up. There's so much that I've got going on. I physically needed someone to be that project manager, so I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to think about event insurance or contracts with hotels or all the different things that go on, right? And so is there a place where you can delegate? Maybe even some of your social media. Could you hire a student to go on and wish people happy birthday every morning? So what are those things that can allow you to have a bigger reach that you can delegate? The next thing is using a proper planner. And I say this often, don't go out and create a planner. You're never going to use it. But I must have my week at a glance. And so let me just give you a quick screenshot there of it. So I see my entire week, all of it, at one time. And that's going to tell me whether or not I am productive or whether I am out of balance or whatever the case may be. So I color code my week and I go through. Green is anything that is to do with business. Blue is to do with my family. Orange is my personal time. And I know if I'm feeling a little run down that I don't have enough orange in there. And orange is going to be my workout classes. It's going to be going for a massage. Having that date night with my husband, all of it. And so using a paper planner, there's 3 reasons why. So number 1, when you see the week at a glance, you're going to know if you're being productive or not. Number 2, you want to have that paper planner to back things up because things can happen. How many of you have ever had something go on with your computer? Just say yes in the chat. Have you ever had something go wrong with your computer? It happens, right? So thinking about this, if something happens with your computer and you have an important business meeting, do you think that client cares that your schedule is down? No. So that's why I like to back everything up on paper, because life goes on and business goes on. The 3rd reason we back things up on paper is just to be smart about tax compliance. We've got to prove that we're doing at least 45 minutes a day, every single day in our businesses, and that's income producing activities. So, you may be spending, 7 hours a day on social media. Are you doing income producing activities? So if you're ever audited, that's what they want to know. What clients did you talk to? Potential clients? What meetings were you in? What were you doing? And so that's why we keep that paper planner. And the 5th thing is really, as I said, it's the color coding, right? So there are going to be times in your life where it's more important to invest in your health, and you can't trick yourself and lie to yourself and be like, oh, well, if I just focus on business, that health problem is going to take care of itself. I was speaking to a woman earlier today who did that, and she was like business, 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 and pushed her health to the side. And then suddenly she has a whole bunch of health challenges now. So that's why we color code, because we know that based on the priorities in our life, our schedule wants to be reflecting that. The 6th thing is sit down with your family and go over your week. So what we like to do at our house is Sunday night we're having dinner and just talk about the week ahead. Who needs to be where and when? What are the priorities this week? And I'm very transparent with the kids. If, for example, we have a big project we're working on or there's a goal or something, I tell them, I say, look, guys, this is what's going on. So mommy's going to work a little longer on this day, but she's going to be able to take you to this, this, and this. And just get honest with your kids. If you have kids, don't hide from them work. I think the most shameful thing we can do is not teach our kids a good work ethic. And I love what Gary Vaynerchuk said. His family were immigrants, and they had 2 secrets. One was work hard, and the number 2 thing was don't spend a lot of money. And myself too, my family were immigrants to Canada. There were Chinese immigrants, and it was the same thing. Work really hard, don't spend a lot of money on stupid stuff, right? And so I think it's very important that we sit down with our kids, with our partner, lay out the week, talk about priorities, and just know that what is your priority might not be someone else's priority. It's the same thing with the kids. So we're sitting down last night and talking about the week, and one of our kids has a Mandarin test today. And, another kid had, for his entrepreneurship class, he had an offsite, and another kid had an accounting thing due, and the other one who's really sporty just has a bunch of sports this week. So we look at all of that, and it's fun to see through my kids' eyes what's really important to them. And then they want to know, Mommy, what's important to you? What's going on for you? Where do you want to be by the end of the week? So having those transparent conversations is huge. And the seventh thing is check in daily. And this is so key. So one of the things I do in the morning, and on Instagram today, I'm just posting every couple hours what I'm doing. Some people have said, what does your day look like? You can see, you know, just posting, checking in. And I like to check in daily. And the first thing in the morning after, you know, I have my coffee and I do my prayers and devotionals, the next thing I do is take a look at my day. And I ask myself, does this day reflect what it is I say I want in my life? If it doesn't, something has to go. Okay, that's a key thing. Something has to go. And I'm not afraid to cancel an appointment or move something, to do whatever is required in order to have that be in alignment with what I say I want. And you know, the other thing I do as I go through my day in my notebook, just a spiral notebook here. It's just very simple. I'll just show you. I take copious notes. Every phone conversation, Zoom meeting I have today already, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on page number 5 of notes. If you've ever spoken to me, I've written that down, and I have for 15 years. And you know, it's great backup conversations. But what I do is, as I go through the day, I write items of gratitude. So I'm on item number 7 right now today. So 1 was just going to my hot yoga class. Number 2 is being energized. You know, this girlfriend called me out of the blue. It was great to hear her voice. I had a productive leadership meeting. 1 gratitude was my husband's hug this morning. You know, just so as I'm going through the day, I'm checking in. I'm being grateful to God. Like, thank you for all of the gifts that you're giving me. And, you know, even on the challenging days, because those are the days that force you to grow. So I'm doing that, and I'm looking at what still needs to happen. And one of the things I'll do before I leave my office to go coach cross country in 104 degrees is I'll write out a few things that must be done before I shut down tonight. And in doing that, that allows me to be productive. And even though the schedule has changed, and as I said, you know, we go into cross country and we have all the other things that go on, that even though the schedule changes, my output isn't changing. And in fact, I'm actually able to output more because I've automated a lot of the different things. And I'm always constantly striving to say, how can I get more done with less effort, right? So I can be a better mom, and I can be a better wife to my husband, and I can be better to all of you, because even though these Monday trainings are just my way of contributing to all of you, I want to make sure that whatever it is that I'm talking about is something that's relevant and can help you in your life. And so hopefully today, thank you, Denise. Hopefully today, thanks, Patty Grace. Hopefully today has been valuable to you. I want you to know I do read all of your comments. If this has been helpful, I'd love for you to share it. And I just wish you, you know, I just want you to be productive. I want you to be happy. I want you to go out and build your businesses and serve and help a lot of people and be amazing parents and grandparents and godparents and all the things you are. So with that, God bless. I will be here next Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. And if you have a topic that you would like me to cover, by all means, do reach out. We do consider all the topics. And just because I don't talk about your topic one week doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about it. So with that, take care. God bless. And I will see you next week.